Welcome to the video. Today I'm going to go over an advanced guide on how to progress as quickly as possible in Jujutsu Kaisen Incremental and become strong. Before we get started though, I'm going to let you know that I'm linking this game's Discord server, its Trello, and even an entire Google document that explains what's the best, what isn't, and like a bunch of tier lists and everything. So if you feel like I didn't explain something well enough, there's going to be some extra resources for you. Alright, the first thing we're going to be talking about though is the race here. So let me find it. I don't know if it shows up in here, but when you join the game there's going to be a decision to become either a curse or a human. Do not pick curse. You're going to take more damage from human enemies because of positive cursed energy, and then you're also going to lose the opportunity to have a clan here, and these are just incredibly important, especially late game. Next we're going to talk about bounties though. They're just a really good way of gaining XP, cash, and even cursed energy. You basically just fight these random targets that refresh every hour, and if you win, you build a streak, and this is incredibly important. This is going to be your main way of actually prestiging, and I'm about to show you. So I'm going to do a prestige real quick, and this is how you prestige quickly if you have a high enough streak. You don't even need this kind of a streak, by the way. I'll just play the hand too much, but here we go. So kill the guy, and then immediately you want to rush to train, spam this, and boom, that is like an 8-second prestige right there. And you got to make sure you're not doing any trainings, because this is gonna mess it up. But yeah, that's how you prestige with bounties, and that's an incredibly important way of gaining cash and XP. Next we're going to talk about prestiges though. You want to do this as quickly as possible because it gives you I think it's a 50% XP multiplier. I don't know the exact multiplier, but I do know that every prestige you do gain plus 25 in all of your stats. So we're going to check and see what it says here. Yeah, it just says an XP multiplier. I don't know what it is. You are going to lose your money and your stats, but you're going to gain plus 25. This is the most important part of the game. Like, genuinely, this is the most important feature. This is how you get strong. This is how you build up your character. And you also gain 1 prestige token, which you can use to get some pretty strong buffs. Just don't use cosplayer yet. This is bugged and you can't really do anything with this. But yeah, these are good buffs, and you want to make sure you're prestiging. So I forgot to mention that prestige actually stacks. So yeah, you want to make sure you prestige, stack the XP multiplier, gain more XP, gain more stats, and just get stronger. Next there's reincarnation, which is right here, and as you can see, you gain all of this, a 15% stat effectiveness, 25% XP gain, 5% black flash chance, and you gain an extra domain turn. And on your first reincarnation, you actually gain a 700% stat effectiveness right here. As you can see, where is it? Yeah, right here. Oh my gosh, I'm dumb. 8 times all stats. So your stats are going to reset, but you're going to gain them 8 times quicker. And this all stacks 4 times. So you want to make sure you do this at least 4 times. But in my opinion, I'd say do it just 1 more time, because then you're going to be able to buy 1 upgrade in the reincarnation shop, and you'll be able to get one of these, which is 100% cursed outburst strength. That's a pretty big bonus. You're going to need that. You do lose your entire inventory, all of your prestiges. You get to re-choose your race, and you also lose your mastery in your clan. But with reincarnation, you're able to get everything you had back pretty quickly, just because it's so easy to progress once you reincarnate. So this is pretty important. If you want to become strong, you need to reincarnate at least 4 times and get the max buffs. And then I recommend just doing it 1 more time just to buy an upgrade. Now that you have just basic info about reincarnations and prestiges, we're also going to talk about mastery. The best way to gain mastery in this game is to just do this first training meditate, because all of these trainings each give 1 mastery. So yeah, they give more money and XP, but this is going to take like 10 minutes to do. So you want to just do this and just fight some enemies in the background, and that's how you gain your mastery pretty quickly. Next, we're going to talk about basic things like your clan, your curse technique, your traits, and your style. So I'm not going to explain every single thing about these traits and all this stuff, but I'm just going to let you know what's currently meta and what's good for starters. And I'm going to talk about what's good for starters first. So for an optimal starter build, I think Malevolent Shrine as your first technique, definitely. Well, if you're starter, you won't have a second technique, but Shrine, let me see, Disaster Flames is pretty good right now. Cursed Energy Discharge, reuse technique, is also very strong. And Blood Manipulation, if you can't get a legendary, is also pretty good, because basically in this game, you want things that do percent damage. So there's some status effects, bleed, burn, there's the new internal bleeding, and domains, they do a percentage of the enemy's HP. Blood Manipulation has bleed and burn. It doesn't have a domain. Shrine has the strongest domain in the game. It does like 35% of the enemy's HP, and you just 3-shot them. Cursed Energy Discharge actually has the same strength when it comes to the domain. It also has, I don't know if it has bleed, but it does have burn. So you definitely want those techniques as a starter. And next, I'd say aim for the overtime trait. That's going to give you 50% Cursed Energy and Strength. It's an epic trait. It's not hard to get. It's pretty good. There's better traits down the line. Obviously, you want to keep anything that's red. That's Curse Rarity. Yeah, those are usually the strongest in the game. But if you can't get that overtime, it's perfectly okay. Next, for style, I'd say go for like Assassin, because it has bleed damage, it has 2 evasives that guarantee a dodge, and it deals 2.5 times damage to vulnerable opponents. And it actually has a move that applies the vulnerability for 3 turns. So you're basically just always going to do 2.5 times damage. I think there's a rare style called Sword Draw. That one deals 3 times damage on your first turn. It's not bad, but it's not as good as Assassin. So I still think you'd want to go for that. And for clans, the best clan is the Sukuna clan for 15% strength and 35% cursed output. Ryu's clan does actually give more cursed output, but you can't rank it up. And to rank up a clan, you're going to need some XP, but if you do rank it up, you increase the clan buffs by 50%. So this rank 87 Ryomen clan is far better than a rank 1 Ryu clan. So for strength though, the best clan is actually, what's the character's name? Yuki. Her clan deals, I think it's like 35% strength. That's what you want to aim for if you're doing a strength build. So yeah. Next, we're going to be talking about weapons, and accessories too. You can get these as random drops from enemies. The ones you fight in the story here, or from this window radar, scanning, or the bounties, they all drop random tools or accessories. But usually the best items come for the raid drops. So you want to fight these bosses and get all their items. Currently, the strongest tool in the game is Yuki's Garuda tool. The reason is, if I could find it, there you go. The reason is it increases your curse output by 50%. All damage will now scale off of your cursed output, and it multiplies that damage by 3 times. So basically, no matter if you have a strength build or a cursed energy build, this is the strongest weapon, because no other strength scale weapon that does the same thing, but it'll make it so it scales off of strength. It doesn't multiply your cursed energy like Garuda does, and that's why I have a strength build. I do the most amount of damage with Garuda, so that's why it's the strongest weapon. And if you don't understand what cursed energy scale or strength scale is, basically whatever your cursed energy or strength scale stat is, that is the damage that the weapon will do. Which, yeah, any strength or cursed energy skill weapon is easily the best in the game. And for accessories here, I'm running this because it gives you stun immunity, but if you want damage, the best accessories are here. Sukuna Finger Memento. This is plus 500 to all stats. So yeah, it's good for any build really. Yuji's Memento is a little bit more specific. It gives plus 750 to cursed output and strength. So this is the best for a cursed energy build if you just want max amount of damage possible. And for strength, it'd be Yuki's biker jacket because it gives you plus 2000 strength. So once you reach prestige 30, you'll actually unlock the ability to have a second curse technique. And in order to make the most of this, you want to obtain a curse technique that can support your first one. So the best support technique is currently Master Projection Sorcery, and I'm going to tell you why. This technique is honestly insane. It has a domain right here that deals 30% of your opponent's health by the time that it's over, and it stuns them for 4 turns. It also has this move right here, Frame Freeze. This stun is just honestly insane. It lasts for 3 turns. That is the longest lasting stun I think in the entire game that isn't a domain, right? And it bypasses stun immunity, so you can stack stuns with this ability. It's honestly insane. It is, and it's not even the strongest part about this, because Master Projection Sorcery actually allows you to revive if you die, and it increases your damage by 3 times for 3 turns after you come back from death. This easily makes it the strongest support technique in the game. It's even better than Limitless, which is it's an honorable mention. With its first evolution, Mastered Limitless, not this one, this is the second evolution. You can use 2 domains and infinitely stun people, but in this game, if you're fighting another player, if you're in the Colon games, you can't use domains or something like Hollow Purple on your first turn. You can use Frame Freeze on your first turn and stun someone for 3 turns, which is just wild, and that's why it is the best support technique. There are some other like easier to obtain techniques that you could run for support, like Sky Manipulator. That one is pretty good too, but it's just not as good, but it is easier to obtain. So next we're going to talk about what a meta build is, like what do I think the strongest build in the game is. But before I get into that, I do have to let you know that there are 2 types of builds. There's cursed output and there's strength. Right now I have a strength build with the Heavenly Tyrant that multiplies my physical damage by 3 times. This is my main cursed energy or curse technique, Projection Sorcery. It's a physical technique. Mythical Beast Amber is also a good option for a strength skill technique, but in my opinion it's just not as strong as Projection. For companions, the best companions are actually Sukuna, Yuki, she has the most cursed output, and Toji, 2 times physical damage. But the best build is honestly the Sukuna clan Limitless Absolute, which has 3 one-shot abilities. Let me show you. So right here, red maximum output. If I get a black flash, this one-shots completely, which I have a 46% black flash chance, which I'm pretty sure is even higher because the statistics doesn't even show your full capabilities. It's always bugging out. So majority of the time, once you're at a higher level, you're gonna basically hit black flashes almost all the time. And then Blue Collapse is also another technique or ability that one-shots on a black flash. Even if you don't black flash, it stuns them and deals 50% of their HP. And I don't use it because I don't really need to use it, but there's also the Hollow Nuke here, which will instantly kill anyone below 95% health or anyone who you got into your domain here, which I can't find right here. So if you pop your Infinite Void and then use the Hollow Nuke, they're just dead. So that's 3 one-shots in 1 curse technique. No matter how strong the opponent is, even if you're significantly weaker, you can still win off of this alone. And then next we have the Omnipotent View trait, which this is just honestly insane. You gain 325% cursed output with this. You gain 125% strength. You gain a plus 5% black flash chance, and your attacks can't be dodged. There's also some like insignificant buffs to your perception and curse recovery. These aren't significant buffs. These honestly don't matter. These are useless stats. I mean, perception caps out at a certain point, so any buff to it doesn't really matter once you hit like prestige 100. But yeah, that is the strongest build. Oh yeah, for style, it honestly depends. For me, it'd be Heavenly Tyrant, but for someone else, let me roll it. Jujutsu Sorcerer, that would be the better style, because it actually makes their Jujutsu technique deal 2 times damage. So instead of Projection Sorcery dealing 2 times damage, Limitless now does 2 times damage, which doesn't really matter because it's gonna one shot. So yeah, I'd rather run Tyrant in my opinion. So that is the strongest build in the game currently. Next up, we're going to be talking about a special reincarnation called the Heavenly Restriction. It's kind of, I don't know. I have it on my second slot. It's not all that. It's definitely weaker than just a Cursed Energy build, mainly because you don't get maximum projection sorceries revive, but it's not bad. So as you can see, you need 100 prestiges, the physically gifted trait, the Heavenly Tyrant style, and then some of Toji's, or all of Toji's weapons, which these last two, Playful Cloud and Split Soul Katana, are incredibly hard to get into this game, simply because they're cursed weapons and they don't drop from raids. So you need to get them as a random drop, or they need to just randomly appear into this game's shop one day. Currently, there's a dupe glitch where you keep any item you sell on the market, so it's definitely easier to get as of right now, and it's the only reason why I even got those weapons. But you might be wondering, why would you even do a Heavenly Restriction? You gain 100 times strength, 100 times agility, and 100 times endurance. And I'm gonna be honest, I can verify that 100 times strength works. The agility and endurance, though, I have it on my second slot. I haven't seen it, but it is pretty cool what you can do with a Heavenly Restriction build. You basically just get a moveset where you can't Black Flash, but you can do a critical hit still. And you just have a moveset based off of Toji, of all these weapons. So you can 2-shot, because there's an ability that instantly kills when they're stunned, but overall, it's not all that. It's not that, like, you do the most damage, but who cares when you could just 1-shot with Limitless, you know? And you could revive with projection. So, and there we go. That is an in-depth, not necessarily in-depth, but that is a pretty advanced guide about just everything this game has to offer and how to really progress fast in this game. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching. By the way, I will be answering any question down in the comments below, so drop a comment if you have something you want me to answer, and I should be able to get back to you pretty quickly.